Alright, my microphone's still going to be bad, and I want to spend time with friends, so let's just quickly crank this one out. Actually, incredibly straightforward question. Um, thought there'd be some trick, there wasn't. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So basically, first thing first, I'm assuming you've already read the question, we need a hash function. So I'm just going to call it h for simplicity. And basically we have some value. We go for each character in our input string, whatever we're passing in. We're going to add the ASCII value, so I'm going to use the ORD function. And it just searches up if you don't know what it is. It just gives you the ASCII value. Then we multiply by 17, and then we mod it by 256 to get the remainder. And then after we do all this, we return whatever value is. All right, cool. So now let's go through and parse our input. So P1 is going to be equal to 0 for each token in input.split lines, or not split lines, split on this comma, if I can get it, there. Split on this comma, and then we'll do P1 plus equals hash on whatever our token is. Let's return this and see what we get. Cool, we get that. And then if I go ahead and submit this, right answer. Cool. All right, so that's part one done. So part two, if you see here, basically we just have to make these rules, and then we have 256 bins. And then in these bins, we are basically, in these bins, we basically just have a set of lenses. Don't think about it too much. Spent a while deciphering it. But yeah, so we basically go ahead and then just start putting these in based on our label. So the way we're going to do this is, mute my notifications here. All right, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to create a list of boxes. So boxes is going to be all of our boxes, and that's going to be a list for this in range 256 because we need this many. And then now what we're going to do inside of here is we're going to parse our thing. So if it is a remove thing, then we're going to go ahead and get our label, which is going to be everything except the last character, hash that value, and then so if we look at the box at that hashed location, then we are basically just going to be any box that doesn't have that label. So if L0 is not equal to label. So I'm going to store each of these as like a list of 2 elements, and you'll see why in a second. But basically, what I'm doing here is I'm basically just filtering out everything. So I'm setting this box equal to itself for every element if it does not have that label. And so now, otherwise, this means we have the equals case, and we'll do label level is equal to t.split on this equal sign. And then from here, our target is going to be equal to, again, the hash on that. So label, and then here. And then now we're going to have basically we have to handle 2 cases. One is if it already exists in here, and we should just change the power. And 2, otherwise we add it to the end. So I'm going to add a replaced flag to basically see if we already replaced it. And then we're going to go ahead and iterate over our target list. And now that I think about this, we actually don't even need to do this I. We can just do for lens kind of thing. Did I already use L? No. All right, cool. So for I, or lens in our target, if lens, the first thing is equal to our label, then that means we need to replace it. So we'll just do lens at 1, so the power is going to be equal to whatever our int of our level, like the power of our thing is. And then replace is equal to true. And then now here, if not replaced, then we'll do target.append, and we will append our label and then the int of our power. And so the reason I'm using a list here is because now I can just modify this by iterating through it, and this will update in here, and then I'm fine. So now that we have this, let's go ahead and score it. So P2 is equal to 0 for the number of the box we're in, and the box itself in enumerate boxes. I apologize for my variable convention, naming convention. And then now for the slot, and also, so then we have our label and our level, so our power level. So we'll do, I'll just stay consistent, I'll do L for level in enumerate B, and then we're going to return, or not return, but we're going to add to our part 2, the position plus 1 times the slot plus 1 times the power level. And now if I go ahead here and do this, I test this, we should get 145, cool. If I submit this, cool. All right, and I believe that's the shortest day. Happy solving, I don't know.